Alright y'all, back again with another video. So in this video I'm gonna be quiet, I'm gonna shut up because I'm tired. That's why I got these shades on, because I got black eyes and all that stuff like that. And I'm not on drugs. So so if you want this book, you know, the link in the description, you can click on that little shop button that's in the corner and you can purchase this book on Amazon, Audible, Spotify, Books A Million, Barnes and Noble, some other websites that look, whatever platform that sell audio books, yeah, you can get this book right here. This is just the hard copy. This is just the hard copy, you know. So we gonna let this happy looking motherfucker right here, yeah, that motherfucker right there, we gonna let him tell the story, you know, or you know, whoever the fuck speaking. So like I said, once again, you know, if you want this book, take your ass to the links that's in the description, or click on that shop button that's in the corner down there. Yeah, down whatever side that shit on. Yeah, whatever side that shit on. Just click on that. Click on this or the other book, and I greatly appreciate you. So with that being said, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy the book.
Chapter 3. Stages your ex go through while in a rebound relationship. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusions destroyed. Friedrich Nietzsche. 1. Finding the victim. When it comes to finding a new person to monkey branch to, your ex is lazy. They will not put in the work to search for someone that's better quality. Because of that, they will have a hard time replacing you. They will always search around places they are familiar with, like their job, or at the gym. Majority of the time, the rebound is somebody you knew. A friend of yours, a close relative, a family member, or a damn coworker. 9 times out of 10, you know this person or they know all about you because your ex told them all about you. Your ex will paint a picture of you being a monster and evil, so it gives them validation for doing that evil, backstabbing, demonic sucker shit they do to you. They're going to tell the world that you were such a bad person, but in reality, it's the opposite. Understand, they want 2 types of people. The first person they want is a complete bum so they can have complete power and control and dominance over that person. On the other hand, they want someone that's doing good or well off in life so they can have everything they need and want. They will also pick a generic off-brand version of you, also someone that reminds them of you or looks like you. 2. They enter the honeymoon stage. Once they find the new victim, they leave the relationship with you and go into the relationship with the new painkiller. And once they're in the relationship with that person, they will pretend to be fascinated about that person, and they will pretend to forget all about their previous relationship with you. So they tell themselves they're in love with the painkiller, even though that's a lie. They force themselves into the honeymoon stage. They will make up lies and say they're happy and say it's much better being away from you. They will go out their way to show that this person is better than you, but in reality, it's not true. So those of you that are comparing yourself to the painkiller, you need to stop and understand there is no comparison. They can't compete with you. 9 times out of 10, they always find a downgrade version of you. All rebound relationships are a downgrade version of their previous relationship. So stop comparing yourself to the painkiller. They force themselves into the honeymoon stage. Most of the time, the honeymoon stage lasts 6 months to a year. That's the average length of the honeymoon stage. But it's going to be shorter because it's a rebound relationship. Rebounds are quick burnout relationships that don't last long if you don't interfere with it. The only reason that rebound relationships last long periods of time is because of competition. That's why I advise you to never interfere with your ex's new relationship, because it would make them fight harder in the relationship. And another reason that rebound relationships last long periods of time is because someone in the relationship becomes a parasite. A parasite is a person who needs help with life. They cannot survive on their own. Remember what I said earlier? They want a rich person or a complete bum. Understand, it's an old saying that goes like this: how you meet them is how you will lose them. 3. The breakdown. They start breaking down mentally because their mind is not in the relationship anymore. Their body is there, but their mind is somewhere else. The painkiller is now boring and all they have is a shell of a person going through the motions. It's like they're on autopilot. Their mind is in the previous relationship with you. Because of the bond you have with them, they will try to run from their emotions by distracting themselves from themselves. That's why they rush the new relationship with the painkiller, because all those emotions are too much to endure. The painkiller in this situation doesn't know any better. It appears to be a real relationship in their mind. They think it's the real thing and just happy to have someone in their life. But your ex knows it's a rush relationship, and the new person is just a painkiller. Sooner or later, reality starts to kick in, and they start realizing the grass is not greener on the other side, and they start breaking down and start blowing up on their painkiller. They start comparing and complaining about the rebound relationship. You ain't like my previous relationship. For example, they will say to the rebound, my ex used to cook pancakes the way I like them. They had the blueberries and chocolate mixed together. They start comparing their rebound to you. Keep in mind what I said earlier, their mind is not there in that relationship. It's with you. So therefore, they're going to be looking for similarities in the painkiller that you have. And this is where you shine, because there's no one on planet Earth like you. God made you one of a kind. There will never be another version of you. Always remember, they will always pick a downgrade version of you, hoping and praying they perform like you. Painkillers can never live up to the standards that you set in the previous relationship. And because of this, yours ex will start exploding on their new lover, and reality will start to hit them. Then they will realize and start thinking to themselves, I made a bad decision. This is not how I expect it to be. But because of pride, they will never admit it or show it. 4. The end of the rebound relationship. Just like any relationship, it will have its ups and downs. By now, you should understand that your ex cannot deal with their emotions. When the tough times come around with the painkiller, they will not try to work on the relationship issues, so they will just end it. And then reality will hit them, and they start thinking to themselves, let me at least try to call my ex back to see if you still have hope, and emotionally dumb and gullible. That's why they start back calling you and start coming back around to see if you would take them back. They will ask you stupid-ass questions like, do you forgive me, or let's work this out? Unless you are a damn fool, I advise you to never let your ex use you as an emotional tampon. I always tell people, if your ex leaves you and jumps into a rebound relationship, let the rebound have them. Because the painkiller never really goes away. In their mind, they think we're just taking a break and they want your ex back. So they're going to do whatever it takes to get them back. The reason why I say you never take your ex back after they've been in a rebound relationship is because when they venture out of the relationship with you, a part of them died, just like the movie Pet Sematary. They died in your mind mentally. The day that you and your spouse broke up is the day they died in your world, and you buried them in your mind. When they come back all messed up and jacked up with someone else's sperm in their stomach. They've been sucking the DNA out of somebody's dick or vagina. The painkiller was fucking them from the back while spitting in their mouth. And you don't know what you're getting back. Just don't accept them back. Only God knows what they've been doing with the painkiller when you weren't around. Please don't accept them back. Accepting them back is like going in the toilet after you take a shit and try to push the shit back in your ass. You will look like a damn fool if you do, because you're telling them with your action that I accept you going out in the world cheating on me and let the painkiller nut all in your mouth. I will accept you back with open arms. Never be an emotional tampon for anyone, and never let someone use you as a second option. Because what is going to happen is they will come back to you if you let them. They will recharge, then go back in the streets and do all that hoe activity they've been doing. Remember this, there are two things in life you're never going to see: a UFO and a hoe that won't go. Understand, the most precious thing you have is time. Please don't let nobody waste your time, because you can't get that back. Work on yourself and better yourself 365 days of the year. Start your purpose now today if you don't know what your purpose is or where to find it. It's the one thing that you love doing the most. Work on yourself and study people every day. Pick the most important things in your life and cherish it, and focus intensely on that. The key to your happiness is wrapped up in your goals and dreams. Nothing on planet Earth can make you happy or give you satisfaction other than you, because happiness is what you make it. The people that don't help you or improve your life and hinder you, get them out your life now. Any kind of stress or anything that doesn't benefit, you get it out of your life ASAP. This go for friends and family members, coworkers, anybody who opposed you or is against you. Get rid of them and cut them off, and just work on yourself and improve yourself. This is how you increase your power and value. Write a list of things that's most important to you, and by doing these things, you will be taking the steps to getting better. The more you improve yourself and study, focusing on your purpose and staying cool, calm, and collective and committed to your purpose, toxic people will stay away from you. Here below are some signs of a toxic person and their personality traits. Albert Green. Albert Leorns Green, known professionally as Al Green, is famous for the hit song, Let's Stay Together, as well as many other hit songs in the 1970s. However, he surprised many after he left his musical career at its peak to become a reverend at his church. Albert married Kyles in June 1977, at a time when he was the pastor of the Full Gospel Tabernacle Church. The couple was so much in love, and their union looked to be a match made in heaven. However, in 1978, not long before their first wedding anniversary, Kyles filed for divorce. Her reason for doing so was shocking. She said she had been at the end of several brutal beatings from her beloved husband, Albert. After so much back and forth with their divorce, the former couple finalized their separation in 1983. Years after their divorce, and spurred by Nicole Brown Simpson's abuse story, Kyles found the courage to come forward and break her silence. She said, "I know that I have to share. It's not to tear him down because that's still my children's father. I still pray for Albert's soul." Kyles also said that she was sustained during those dark days of her marriage by prayers and faith. The couple shares 3 daughters who were too young to remember their father beating their mother. Albert, under oath, admitted to beating his wife, saying domestic violence existed in their marriage right from its inception, though he later claimed that it was not without provocation. Despite a successful musical career in his life as a preacher, the soul man has always had a lifelong quest to tame his loneliness because he had a fear of being alone. Some of the instances when Albert beat Kyles included a time he hit her on the head with a boot for refusing to have sex with him while she was 5 months pregnant. Despite all these, she kept going back to him, even after filing for divorce, because he always promised to change. But when Albert, in a counter-complaint for divorce, accused Kyles of cruel and inhumane treatment, she knew the marriage was over for her. Signs of a toxic personality: pathological lying, unable to be completely truthful about anything with anyone, do not accept responsibility or accountability for their actions, and have no qualms about blaming others. Extremely egotistical. They truly believe they are above the rest of humanity and arrogant, and they believe their shit doesn't stink. Moral values are absent in their lives, and they have no empathy for others. They mask their callousness behind a social facade. Understand, your ex or spouse knows exactly what they are doing. Everything that you see played out in front of you was planned, plotted, and strategized. That's why it hurts so bad. So, going forward, you need to stop blaming yourself. Stop putting yourself last. Stop competing with the painkiller. Stop waiting for them to change. Stop looking for closure from them. Stop making excuses for their bad behavior. Stop believing that you can save them because hoes don't want to be saved. Quote, "Sometimes the best reason to let go of a toxic relationship is because your kids is watching.